Okay, today we're going to look at the gradebook on educosoft. So here I am at the home page, and I'm going to log in using my email address and password and click continue. Once we get in, click on a course. I'm going to click on the calculus course, and we're going to look at the gradebook. So up here at the top we have home page, the roster. Well, I don't have any students, but the tools, you see the syllabus, gradebook, and so on, and attendance. Let's click on the gradebook, and this is the gradebook. This is a very powerful part of Educo. I can change all these percentages, add categories or delete categories as I wish, and I could put the grade scale here so that they can pop up whether they have an A, B, or C or whatever. So let's say I want to change my homework and make only 5%. So I clicked on edit and make this 5 instead of 10. And you could have a drop count. You could drop some of your homework if you want to. You can do that now or you can do it later. Let me save that. And then on my quizzes, I'm going to make my quizzes with 20% instead of 15. So I edit, make that 20, and save. My tests, I'm going to make that 30%. So edit, 30, then save. And I'm not going to have a midterm, so I'm going to delete this category altogether. So delete it. Okay. And you could always add it back if you want to. And my final is 20%. And I want to add another category called project. So I'm going to add a category and then type in project and make that with 20 and save that. So notice I have 95% of my grade now. So I've decided, okay, I'm going to give 5% to tutorial. You may want to do it for attendance, but I'm going to do it for time spent on tutorials. So I click on Add Tutorial Time. And at the top here, notice I'm going to put 5%. And then I'm going to break down that 5% depending on how many hours they spent. I could do this as total hours for the semester, or I could give them a score for time spent each week, or I could set my own time periods. So I'm going to do the easiest one to do is the total time spent during the semester on tutorials. So I'm going to say, well, let's say they spent 50 hours. They're going to get 100% of that grade, 100% of that 5%. They're going to get all 5 points. Then 40 hours, I'm going to just give them 80% of that grade, or 4 points. If they spend 30 hours, I'll give them 60% of that 5%, so they'll get 3 points. If they spend 20 hours, then they'll get 40% of that grade, or 2 hours. And if they spend 10 hours, I'm just going to give them 20% of the 5%, or 1 point. And I save that. And here we are. So the tutorial time is 5%. There's no drop count. But the tutorial time, the percentage they get for tutorial will be depending on how much time they spend on tutorials. So that's my gradebook. Notice here I could also change these descriptions or these comments to students when they have different grades. And here, eventually, when you click on these pie charts, you'll be able to see a breakdown of the student's grade right from the gradebook here. And so that's the gradebook. You can view your grade report if you have students. You can change your rounding. You can add more categories. You can copy this gradebook to another course if you want to. So there are many different features here. And finally, the last thing to do is to save these settings. And so now your gradebook is all finished.